The 15th issue of Absolute Batman begins right after the last one ended. Alfred warns Bruce that he is about to face the most important battle of his life and suggests injecting venom into his body to prepare him. But Bruce is distracted, overwhelmed by memories of everything he has suffered. His first encounter with Bane, the moment he reunited with his mother, and how his friends' lives were destroyed. Instead of letting the pain weaken him, Bruce decides to use it as strength. He tells Alfred he is ready for war. Meanwhile, Mayor Hill lies on TV, saying Batman's warning about underground monsters is fake, and that the fight with Bane will not happen, when in reality, he secretly plans for it to happen that very night. Barbara Gordon tries to contact Bruce, hoping he has a solid plan. Bane prepares for battle at Arkham. Dr. Arkham warns him that Batman still has one venom dose left in his system, but Bane actually wants that, believing it will make the fight worthy. At the stadium, Harley Quinn and her gang power up the field, revealing Bane and Batman facing each other like gladiators. Alfred reminds Bruce of their plan: wear Bane down until he runs out of venom. Bruce then signals Harley to send in drones to record the whole battle. The fight begins violently. Bruce causes a building to collapse on Bane, but Bane survives easily and grows even bigger. Alfred drives the Batmobile into the arena and stabs Bane with giant spears, but Bane throws the car away like nothing. Bruce attacks Bane brutally, gouging his eye and slicing his back, but Bane heals instantly. Bane then slams Bruce around, pushing him close to breaking. Just when all hope seems lost, Harley unleashes Killer Croc, who jumps onto Bane and tears chunks off him. Bruce ignores his injuries, grabs his battle axe, and keeps attacking. But Bane still overpowers them, smashing Bruce repeatedly. In the past, we see scenes of Bruce supporting his friend Juan in an old cage match. In the present, Bruce again rises to save Juan from Bane. He slices through Bane's spine, paralyzing him, and cuts off the use of his arms. But Bane mutates again, becoming even larger and more monstrous. He beats Bruce into the ground until Arkham realizes Bane's cells have turned into something unnatural, growing new teeth and eyes all over. Finally, Bruce activates his real plan. Instead of injecting venom into himself, he had earlier removed it from his body and given it to Catwoman. She fires venom-filled darts directly into Bane's tubes, overloading him. Bane swells, bursts, and melts into a pile of goo. Bruce dumps Bane's remains into the ocean. Catwoman secretly flies away with a suitcase containing venom. Meanwhile, Arkham reveals the leftover creature that Bane has become. Suddenly, Joker appears on a screen. He tells Bane he knows he wanted to retire, but Joker thinks Bane would be bored. To free him, Joker nukes Bane's homeland, Santa Prisca, right in front of him. The issue ended with the terrifying tease: Absolute Joker is coming. Now, right after Joker has been revealed on the screen, in this next issue, the story starts with Alfred finally telling Bruce about the secret he has been hiding from him for so long. He says he cannot keep it from him anymore. As Alfred begins explaining this mystery man, he mentions that he has been chasing this guy for 3 years, but he is still not certain about what's real and what's fabricated. Bruce can't wait to know about him. Alfred tells him that this guy is super rich, money flowing through his past generations. He owns islands, hundreds of them all over the world, from the Arctic Ocean to the Tasman Sea. These places are impossible to develop, useless pieces of land, but he still spends billions on them. He travels to one or another only a few times a year, and always alone. Alfred's voice becomes scarier as he continues. Alfred thinks this man is a mystery, and there is not a single record of his movement on any satellite. Bruce asks him to just tell him what he believes, becoming very impatient to hear more. With all this conversation happening, somewhere far away, a man lands on an island in his private jet. He steps out dressed like a millionaire, wearing a tool bag full of hunting equipment. He looks like he is here to hunt some animal, or maybe some kind of machine. With this scene unfolding, Alfred continues telling Bruce what he believes. Alfred is hesitant to get straight to the point. Bruce demands that he tell him everything. So Alfred starts from a time way before all this, going back to 1888, to one of the first films ever recorded. He shows Bruce an old picture, a clown playing with a hat, entertaining the people around him. His name is Joseph Grimm I. He grows up as an orphan on the streets of Gotham and makes his living as a street performer. People say he is very good too, one of the best around. They say people could hear the laughter for blocks and blocks. His reputation grows, and on his way to success, he brings his act to vaudeville. He takes the money from that and invests in his own theater called Just Kidding. From there, he invests in silent pictures and funds some big ones. Back then, the competition is fierce, but Jack always prevails by, according to those around him, making people laugh the loudest. By the age of 40, he has made a fortune and becomes a member of Gotham's finest men's clubs, the Five Gates Club, the Slaughter Select, and others. But he never comes into the spotlight himself. There are almost no photos of him, no interviews, barely any records at all. In fact, he mostly exists in the shows he produces and the charity work he funds. Jack is a major philanthropist. This is the most that is documented, though you won't see his name on anything. Most of his donations are for children's causes, which makes sense given his own rough childhood. He lives like a clown. Jack dies in 1938 before his son continues his legacy. Jack Jr. takes over the family business and expands it. Like his father, he invests in entertainment that brings laughter to the world, eventually becoming one of the early financiers of television. He also stays committed to philanthropic pursuits and even opens homes for orphans across the country. By 1960, Jr.'s son, Jack Grimm III, becomes the central figure of JK, starting one of the first cable network companies devoted primarily to comedies and children's shows. Jack III is also a major funder of public broadcasting. Jack Grimm IV is born sometime in the late 1970s and takes the company into gaming systems. He also expands JK's philanthropy to global causes. This now brings Alfred to the main Jack. Jack Grimm V. Young, smart, and by far the most successful yet. He becomes one of the first investors in online gaming platforms, the hardware and software, and a primary backer of graphics processing units, the chips that the entire bloody world runs on. As he approaches trillionaire status, Jack V vastly widens JK's charitable initiatives, international literacy programs, peace organizations, medical aid, and relief drops. Those who know him always praise him and love him. After listening to all this, Bruce becomes curious about what's truly scary in this story. Why is Alfred so worried? What's the catch here? As we see the man on the island searching for his hunt, he finds a big wild cat sitting on a tree. With its red eyes glowing, the cat jumps at him, but he grabs it by the neck and kills it instantly. With this scene in mind, Alfred replies to Bruce that on paper, there is nothing scary about this man. In fact, it's the opposite. The fifth member of the family has made his fortune by embracing that very first love. The clown who helped Americans and people around the world smile and laugh. He looks like a classic American success story. Bruce, now annoyed, reminds Alfred that he asked him to tell him what he believes, not what the official story is. For that, Alfred needs to rewind everything back to the start, back to the very first Jack, the young boy, the clown. He used to perform outside dentists' offices. In the 1880s, they had just introduced nitrous oxide into dentistry. It's laughing gas. Jack would sneak in, leak the gas into the alley, and make people laugh. But it also made people suggestible, as nitrous does, so they would give him all their money. His act was always a trick, a sleight of hand, and he used the same tricks when he funded his own rivals in vaudeville and in film, always playing one side against the other. That's what Alfred's research has found. The Grimm family has always played both sides. For a century and a half, they have invested in one endeavor and its counter. It extends way beyond entertainment into every aspect of life. They even funded the war effort, ours and theirs. Through their subsidiaries, they funded right-leaning news networks and left-leaning ones. They funded aid and the warlords who steal it. They might be the most powerful crime family in history, playing everyone against each other, profiting off the chaos they create. They are loyal to no one. Bruce wonders how much is enough for this family. But Alfred throws the famous line at him. All the gold in the world is not enough. Nothing is enough. Back on the island, the man with the knife, who just hunted the wild cat, seems to be looking for someone else. He finds another man there, someone who has been stuck on the island for 30 years. That man doesn't even know how he ended up there. When he looks closely at the hunter, he becomes terrified and runs away. Bruce, now angry, asks Alfred to tell him what he believes, not what he reported to his superiors at MI6. Alfred mentions another myth about the story. The people laughing in the film Jack recorded all died soon after it was shot, twisted in pain, still grinning. A kind of strychnine poisoning, one of the few toxins that can be absorbed through the skin, maybe by shaking the gloved hand of a small boy. Most people who encountered the Grimms over the years came to mysterious, terrible ends, jumping off bridges, drowning from boats, vanishing. Business rivals, politicians, reporters, everyone. Bruce asks him to be clear about what he is saying. Alfred thinks there might be even darker projects involved. There have been grim investments in some of the deadliest inventions of the last 100 years. There are records of the Grimm men laughing at the tests, only then. And Alfred suspects that now Jack hides people on the island. Maybe his enemies. Maybe he leaves them there for years until he feels like... Alfred stops, but Bruce asks him to continue, becoming more curious. Alfred says Jack might use children. At first, he used the ones in the orphanage, and now he uses something else. Back on the island, the hunter finally catches the man and slices his foot to stop him. The man's teeth come out, his eyes turn red, and he becomes a deadly hunting monster, a predator no one has seen before. On the other hand, Alfred feels that this mystery man might be using children's cells to feed himself, making himself something abnormal, or maybe for some kind of experiment or research. Alfred's voice shakes. He is scared and unable to say what he really feels. Bruce yells at him to finally say it. Alfred believes maybe there is no Grimm family at all. No Jack 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. Maybe there has only ever been one Jack. Maybe it's his infernal science. Maybe some kind of dark pact. Or maybe both. But when Alfred looks at him, he feels this creature is something terrible. Some nightmare thing that stalks the earth. Not a man who never laughs at anything, but a beast that is always laughing at us. The one whose laughter we only hear when it's too late. He's the Joker. Bruce has heard enough. Now, he needs to check on Waylon. Alfred asks him to be careful, and Bruce moves on. With this, Alfred reflects on everything he just confessed. He thinks Bruce didn't sign up for this, but in the last year, the world has shown him its true face. All its monsters everywhere. With that, Batman swings away across the buildings. In the next scene, we see Jack Grimm, aka Absolute Joker, stepping out of his car, arriving at his mansion. He is welcomed by his servants, who tell him he already ate it. And we all know what he ate, the man from the island. Joker tells them he has plans to make, and that he will be in the cave if they need him.